Hi guys, welcome back. So I know I haven't. Okay, so I know I should start off with like what fic I'm podficking and everything, but like you see the title, so I'll tell you what fic I'm doing in a second. But um, I would just like to apologize that I haven't been posting for like almost 2 weeks now. Um, I've been really busy. Um, so yeah, that's why I haven't been posting. Like I've been writing and everything, but like I haven't been posting on YouTube because I haven't had like the energy or anything to like make edits and things, even with templates. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna make a community post after this with like probably two community posts with different characters whose birthdays have passed in the time that I haven't been posting. Um, but yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll get into podficking this now. So this fic is called Dangerous Villains, Hard to Beat. What do you mean? It's another fic by me. Uh, this one actually, it's at 2,503 words. There's only one chapter right now. I am working on the next chapter currently, but I've been more focused on another fic that I've been writing called Forced on Me. That's still one chapter and it's like over 7,000 words. So, um, that one will be done soon. I'm almost there. We're almost done with it. Um, but yeah. This is the summary. Shouta Aizawa meets a new vigilante, Phantom, who decides to become a problem child to him. The first This first starts when Shouta is called to Hosu to collect his students after they interacted with Stain. When he got there, he met the new vigilante, and after that day, he continued to run into the boy in the most bizarre situations. Will the boy end up letting Shouta help him, or will he continue to run away from help? So anyways, this is like a really like it was a really random idea for a fic. It's really I didn't want to do any more than like one chapter. Like I actually this was like there was a whole other idea for this fic, but then I was like, hey, what if I do this? And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. So like the whole fic idea like shifted and everything. So yeah, um, this is not how it was supposed to start, but it is how it starts. So yeah, um, so this is chapter one. Uh, yeah, I'll stop yapping now. Been yapping for like 2 minutes. Sorry, almost three. Um, so this is chapter one. Chapter one. Mr. Staney? Shouta wanted to scream. He'd just gotten a call from the Hosu police station. They'd informed him that two of his students had interacted with Stain, the hero killer. Now, Shouta had already been on his way to Hosu, but now he was rushing to get there as fast as he could. Which students interacted with Stain? Oh, well, just two of his most unexpected students that he just so happened to know the parents of, Tenya Ida and Shoto Todoroki. Those two were going to be running laps for the next month. Shouta had gotten a message from Todoroki with his location a few minutes after getting the call from the Hosu police station. At least Todoroki gave him the location, because the police certainly didn't think to tell him where his students were before hanging up on him. Shouta made it to the location in less than 10 minutes. He dropped down from the rooftop he'd been on and into the alleyway. He was silent as he walked up to the two unexpecting teenagers who had their backs to him. When he was close enough, he hit them both on the backs of their heads. They both let out cries of pain as they turned around to look at him. "You two are idiots," he said, deadpan as usual. "Why did you two think it would be a good idea to fight Stain?" "Well, technically, I'm the one who fought Stain," Tenya confessed. Shouta just raised an eyebrow, prompting the teen to continue. Todoroki didn't show up until after Stain was already restrained by Phantom." "Phantom? Who's Phantom?" Shouta asked the teen. Um, I don't really know, but Mind Jack seems to know," Tenya said, looking slightly uncomfortable. Shouta pinched the bridge of his nose. "Why is Mind Jack in Hosu?" he asked the teen. "He said his mentor was called in when the city started getting attacked sensor agencies nearby," Todoroki said, talking for the first time. Shouta sighed. "Where is he?" he asked Todoroki, who seemed to be more put together than Tenya. Todoroki gestured behind him towards Shinzo, who was talking to a boy, who was wearing a black hoodie. Shouta nodded and thanked Todoroki before making his way towards the two. "Mind Jack," he drawled. The boy stopped mid-sentence. It sounded as if he'd been scolding the other. Eraserhead," Shinzo said, turning fully to look at him. "Did the police call you?" "Yes," he said, looking the boy up and down. "I was unaware you were here. They told me about Shoto and Tenya's interaction with the hero killer." "That's because Mind Jack didn't show up with his mentor following him until after I had already apprehended Stain." The person Shinzo had been talking to spoke up. His voice was a tad bit high-pitched. He sounded like he was around the same age as his students. He looked like it, too. Maybe he was from one of the other hero schools? "And who are you?" Shouta asked, cocking a curious eyebrow. "Ah, right," the boy said, bowing. "I'm Phantom. I'm not with a pro hero on an internship or a pro myself. I'm a vigilante. At least I am on a technicality." "What do you mean?" he asked, brows furrowing. "Vigilantism is the illegal usage of a quirk while helping others. I don't have a quirk, so technically I don't break the law by helping people without a license. No one knows, though, so the heroes and police keep trying to arrest me," Phantom said, casually. Shouta sighed. "How did you take down Stain?" he asked, looking the boy in the eyes. The boy studied him for a moment before finding what he was looking for and answering. "I was taking a late-night stroll when I saw smoke rising from the main part of the city. I decided to start making my way towards the commotion when I heard the sounds of a struggle in a nearby alleyway. I decided to check it out. I pulled up my hood so no one could see my face, and I walked towards the opening to the alley. I saw Stain, Native, and your student. Stain had been about to stab your student when I yelled at him. I called attention to myself to get the attention of the hero killer away from your student. The hero killer was pissed that his killing kept getting interrupted, and he threw one of his knives at me. I dodged because I knew that, one, if I got stabbed, it would hurt, and two, if the knife got even the tiniest bit of my blood, he'd be able to paralyze me. That's what his quirk does anyway. After I was out of the knife's path, I grabbed it. Then I ran towards him. He got his knife ready, but I kicked it out of his hand and tackled him to the ground. I pretended that I cut myself, and as I dropped the knife I was holding, I made sure to cut him slightly, so I would draw blood, but he wouldn't notice. After the knife was next to him, I jumped back and I pretended to inspect an imaginary cut on my palm. The hero killer smirked as he picked up the knife I dropped, since he thought he had me beat. I smirked inwardly as he licked his own blood off the knife. Once he swallowed the blood, he was paralyzed. He was so confused, so as I stripped him of his weapons, I explained what I did. I had some rope in my backpack, so I tied him up and brought him to the side of the street. After that was done, I went back into the alleyway and helped Native and your student up and out of the alley. Once they were out of the alley, I called Mind Jack and told him what happened. He quickly told his mentor, and they rushed over here. While I was waiting for them, your other student, Endeavor's son, showed up. Apparently, Ingenium's little brother was smart enough to message his location into his class group chat. The only reason Mind Jack didn't get the message was because he refused to give anyone in 1A his number. Phantom finished explaining. "I have too many questions," Shouta sighed. "That's valid," Phantom thought for a moment before speaking again. "You can ask any question that doesn't jeopardize my secret identity." "Okay," Shouta agreed. "First, how do you know Mind Jack?" "I met him while he was feeding strays in an alleyway, and I was on patrol," he said, seemingly smiling behind his mask at the fond memory. Shouta nodded. "Okay, how did you know Stain's quirk?" "Oh, that's easy. I did some research. From the statements given by the pro heroes who lived to tell the tale about their meeting with Stain, I was able to figure out what his quirk was. There was only one factor I had trouble figuring out," he continued unprompted. "How much blood it takes for one to become paralyzed and how long the effects last. After fighting him in person, I figured out my answer. It takes very little blood to paralyze someone, and the effects last different amounts of time depending on the blood type. I only know the blood type is what it takes to paralyze someone for different amounts of time because after I paralyzed Stain, I asked Eda and Native their blood types to test my theory, and both of them had different blood types and were paralyzed for different amounts of time. And Stain confirmed my theory verbally. This kid really knows how to explain things in detail, huh? Shouta nodded along with the boy's words, listening carefully. He thought for a minute before figuring out his next question. This question had been bugging him since the kid mentioned it. How did you find the pro-hero statements about Stain? Oh, fair. I hacked into the Hero Commission's database. They had all of the pro-hero statements there. They honestly need to up their security. Like, I hacked in very easily. It only took me around 2 minutes to get in. Shouta scowled, not at the kid, but at the Commission's ignorance. He was going to send them a very, very long email criticizing them about their security system. Shouta took a deep breath to calm himself. Then a thought occurred to him. Why was this kid in Hosu if he met Hitoshi in Masutafu? Why were you in the Hosu area? He asked, cocking an eyebrow. That wouldn't jeopardize the boy's identity, right? Oh, Mind Jack told me Tenya would be in Hosu, and he asked me to keep an eye on him. The boy seemed to smirk as Mind Jack swatted at his arm. I did not do that. Don't lie. Shinzo was blushing as he continued to swat at Phantom, who was laughing. Shouta cracked a small smile. Shouta called the boy's attention back to him by asking his next question. Are you attending a hero school? You said you're not on an internship, but that doesn't mean you're not a hero student. No, I'm not. I applied, but I was turned away from the only hero school who openly told the public they accepted the quirk list. The laughter and joy the boy had just seconds ago was gone as he talked. UA? This kid was turned away at the gate at UA. Who was working gate duty at the exam? Who was it? Who was Shouta going to have to kill? Fuck. Why'd they have to lose this kid who has great potential? Wait. No way. The one on gate duty was... Holy shit. You were turned away from UA? By All Might? He questioned, eyes slightly wide. Bingo. Bullseye. Right on the money, Phantom said, quoting that one sound from social media that Hitoshi played to annoy him. The kid looked like he was unfazed, but Hitoshi, who was still standing next to him, had his jaw hanging open and fists clenched. Shota's gaze strayed from where Hitoshi was and back to Phantom when he heard Phantom sigh. Duck Eraser. Trust me, Phantom said, and Shouta listened, since the kid hadn't done anything to make him not trust him. The kid grabbed something that flew right where his head would have been. His eyes widened as he realized the kid had just gripped a Nomu by the wrist. Hello, Tsubasa, the boy said, his voice directed at the Nomu, which seemed to relax at the name. It screeched and moved closer to the kid. The kid didn't flinch. In fact, he let the Nomu get closer to him. Did he know this Nomu? How? No one attack him, the boy yelled as pros made their way towards the Nomu. He's innocent, for now. The base of this Nomu is Nomaro Tsubasa, an old friend of mine. He went missing one day and I never got to say goodbye. So before you kill him again, at least let me say goodbye. The pros didn't move after the boy's statement, and the kid took that as permission. Nomaro Tsubasa, you were taken from this world too early. You didn't deserve this. I hope you have a better time in your next life. If you remember me in your next life, please, try and find me. I would love to see the person you were meant to be. I hope you'll understand why I do what I'm about to do. See you in your next life, Nomaro Tsubasa, the kid said, pulling a sharp knife out of his pocket and jamming it into the Nomu's exposed brain. The kid looked close to tears as the Nomu let out a screech of pain before collapsing on the ground. There was silence for a minute after that. That was until someone spoke. Aw, well, if it isn't Phantom, the famous Vigilante. I've heard so much about you, a man with a fancy ventilator mask and suit said, standing in the middle of the street. Who is this man? Phantom growled, like literally growled from behind him. You fucking asshole, the boy yelled, running towards the man with his knife poised to stab. The boy had been about to stab the man when a familiar warp gate opened where his hand was. Shouta could tell the boy was glaring at the man in front of him. Now, we can resolve this civilly. We can resolve this civilly, no? Kurogiri said, looking at Phantom. The boy pulled his hand from the warp gate, shaking it as he took a step backwards. No, we can't, Giri, he said. Giri? Did the kid know Kurogiri? I'm not going to let him live any longer, especially since he killed my uncles and my grandma. Oh, this man had wronged the kid. Very terribly, might he add. The man let out a dark-sounding laugh. You never got to meet them, Phantom. I can't believe after all this time you still care about them. It's been years. Get over it, the man said, and Shouta couldn't read his expression, but from the sound of his voice, he sounded annoyed. I'll never get over it when I can still see and hear them, the boy yelled, getting his knife ready. There was no possible way for you to see and hear them. They're dead, the man yelled. You don't even know what they look like or what they sound like, so there's no way you'd recognize them if you could see and hear them. Yoichi is skinny, with long white hair and bright green eyes, kind of like mine. Kudo has a build like Kot's, with similar spiky hair that's a ginger salmon color, and he has red eyes like Kot's too. Nana is strong and wears her hair like Inko, but her hair is black, and she has light purple eyes. They aren't the only ones I see. I see the others too. Hikage, Banjo, En, Bruce. I see them all. They say I'm the destined ninth, all for one. Now, I suggest you leave before Shiggy decides to blow something up, the kid said, voice and expression blank. The man in front of him stood there in shock as Kurogiri teleported him away. Sorry for this inconvenience, Phantom. Please do think of forgiving your father for this appearance, Kurogiri said, looking at the boy. And did he just say father? That man was the boy's father? It's fine, Giri. Just please teleport me back home. I don't feel like dealing with questions right now, the boy replied, walking towards the warp gate villain. Kurogiri nodded and opened a warp gate that the boy walked through. When the boy was gone, Shouta and Hitoshi looked at each other. What the fuck was that? I don't know, they said in unison. Okay, so that's the end of this chapter. Yeah! Yay, Izuku! Yay! So, again, I'm sorry that I haven't posted in a while, but yeah. Also, chapter 2 is almost ready for this one. I might finish it today. Maybe. Nah, maybe. I don't know. I think I have other things to podfic too. Okay. If I do have anything else to podfic, I will. But, as of now, I don't have anything else to podfic. That I know of. But yeah, like, after I, edit this all together, y'all know what I'm doing? I'm really excited. I'm making homemade cinnamon rolls with my mother because, yes, my mother's amazing and I love her so much. I might post a video of that. Not of me making them because I'm not showing my face. You guys don't get to see my face. But, no, I'm gonna, like, show the results of what we do. It's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited for that. Breakfast at almost 12. Also, I'm going shopping with Nat today. We're going to get Secret Santa gifts. Yeah. So, that's fun. We're doing that at, like, 1 o'clock. So, I'm really excited for that. Currently, it's 11... Is it 11:11? No, it's 11... It's 11:10. My other clock is a minute ahead. But, yeah, I'm really excited for that. Today is going to be the highlight of my week because I had a terrible week. I'm not going to get into detail about that, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this fic. And me yapping because I yap a lot. Also, I had to film this in 2 parts because, like, my mom came in, and so I had to pause it, and then instead of unpausing it, I accidentally stopped recording, and I didn't feel like re-recording the first 13 minutes, so, yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. And that next video might be posted today, but that depends. Anyways, bye! Have a great day. Or night, or whatever time of day it is for you. Have a great whatever.